Hello everyone, checking in with a few tips for navigating November and December. These are very poignant times right now. The energy is almost piercing and it feels like there's a climactic shift happening, and that shift can feel beautifully transitional, and it can also feel extremely rocky, and you can have both of those experiences simultaneously, or one moment you feel everything is aligned and perfectly clear, so to speak, and the next minute just discombobulated as all get out. So I want to remind everyone, as the great Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changin', and they are a-changin'. And I'm just coming out of a retreat with 22 wonderful beings. 23 if you count my husband, who is directing everyone onto golf carts to get back to the US as we speak. But one of my blog this month, and it's good because it's great to navigate November and December as the energies do shift. And what I called it is soulfully emerging from the 2020-2021 hangover, because it's like the last 2 years have been, I don't even have to say what they've been. You know what they've been. They've been a lot. It has really innately transformed our world, our planet, our consciousness, our interactions, our intentions, our priorities, our minds, bodies, hearts, and soul. It's been confronting, it's been awakening, it's been shattering, it's been traumatic, full of grief and pain, and all of the range and spectrum of emotions. So in my blog, there are a couple of practices and tips, and I want to go through one, and I'm referencing it here as we read. Normally, as I'm reading it as I communicate. But number one is the tough interactions are poignant signals realigning you towards another pathway. So the tough interactions, so anything that brings up any kind of reactionary response within you, or any experience, as best you can, accept the experience, the person, the situation, with grace. Meaning, yes, you stand up for yourself, you speak your truth, but instead of at first reacting, taking pause if you can, accepting that what is coming through these tough experiences are opportunities for vast learning, for what is asking to be realigned that is currently misaligned within, that is disconnecting you from your soul, from God, from source energy, and keeping you from greater clarity, alignment, awareness, joy, happiness, peace, stability, love, change, freedom, whatever it is that you are seeking. So as best you can, gracefully accept them, and then be open and receptive to what you find within, because what you find within you may not like. It may be dark, it may be ugly, and so instead of allowing the darkness to overcome you, shine that beautiful torch of radiance, that spark of the divine that you were seated with. You were created in God's image, in the divine image. So take that divine image. And this takes courage and awareness. And if you're following me, you're into courage and awareness and growth and awakening and shifting, and not only shifting yourselves and your families and the people around you, the planet and the earth and humanity. We are here to bring more love, not less. And so this is courageous stuff. This is not level one. It's up level, but it is accessible to us all. So being open and receptive to whatever comes up. And then after that, being mindful of the story that you communicate in your head. So any shaming or blaming or self-criticism, or externally. So a lot of times we point the finger, we blame or shame, or this person treated me this way, or this person doesn't love me enough, or this person didn't acknowledge, or I'm having to deal with all this in my life. I'm the one that carries all the weight of the world on my shoulders and has to support my family and make sure everyone is okay. And who takes care of me? We go through all of this. It's human. It's part of our human experience, especially as these spiritual beings that are embodying human form, these divine beings that God blessed us with to be in here. So working giving yourself the opportunity to become willing, to be open and receptive, but then mindful to the shame or blame that is actually hindering or blocking the miracles and the abundance and the joy and the ease and the peace and the flow and the faith, your faith in yourself, your faith in life, your faith in your beliefs, in God, in whatever your belief systems are, and your faith in humanity. Your faith that even through these tumultuous times, you can ascend, you can grow, we can ascend, we can rise up, and we will. Not without pain. So whenever the shame and blame comes, whether it's externally projected, see if you can back away from that, or if it's that voice in the head. Because for me, oftentimes, I might go to the person first, but then I immediately know to check back here to see what is misaligned within me. And then instead of trying to evaluate it and psychoanalyze it, which I love to psychoanalyze, of course, or psycho-spiritual analyze, that's really where my hiccup is sometimes. Being able to just name it, to notice it as a conscious observer. And then to take quality action, like something like alternative nostril breathing. So a very practical action, which means working on creating new neural pathways. So say you feel unloved or unseen. Say whatever's triggered in you is, I'm not being acknowledged, I'm not being recognized, I'm being dismissed. Say that's coming up. So obviously there's a part of you that feels like it's not being acknowledged, not being seen or recognized as significant, as unique, a unique divine child of God, a unique source, a unique being with a unique essence and blueprint that is unmistakable, like a thumbprint. No two are alike. So a quality practical action would be something like alternate nostril breathing. So it's where you take a thumb and you inhale through the one nostril. So this would be my right nostril. My left thumb is resting. And then I close this nostril and I exhale through the left. Switch, inhale right, exhale left. And then after about 3 or 4 cycles of that, I do it the opposite way. Inhale right, exhale left. I think I just said the wrong ones, but you get it. And so maybe 3 or 4 cycles of each. And that right there rewires the hemispheres of the brain. You take the feeling of emotion, the feeling of rejection, not being seen, not being noticed, and you realign it through your breath. And you can, if you are aware enough, the breathing itself, just your soul recognizing that you are taking action, that in and of itself is enough to actually affect change. But what will also help that is if when you do that alternate nostril breathing, is if you say, I am allowing, open, and willing to receiving significance, being recognized, being seen, to know that I am seen, I am worthy, I am recognized, whatever is coming through for you in that moment of conscious awareness, intentional recognition, and practical action that opens these new neural pathways into the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So, and then after that, sit for just a moment. And all of this, by the way, this can all happen in like 2 minutes. I love, we can do this stuff fast. Time is accelerating. We're in a nanosecond where time accelerates. So you don't have to meditate for 4 hours, but meditation for, 20 minutes is wonderful. But I know you're all busy. We're all busy. So once you do that, feel the reset. Just feel the presence. See if you can feel, let's go back to significance. Or let's go back to being seen, being recognized, being worthy, being enough. See if you can inhale and exhale and really feel that in your being. And the first few times you may not be able to do it. It's going to take some practice, and it takes awareness, dedication, and some consistency. And we're so busy doing other things that inconsistency is just hardwired into us. And last but not least, repeat, repeat, repeat. So I looked down to see what my last, action item was, and it was repeat, 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 and repeat again. And so there are going to be times when you explode and you blow up and you react, and as best you can, own that stuff and make your amends and say, I'm in a mood, I'm having a day, I need a minute, so you can walk away and reset and really clear up what your thoughts and mindsets are. But use the tools to practice so you find that clarity, and then you are able to respond to whomever, whether you're in the right or they're in the wrong. It's not about right or wrong, justice or injustice. Yeah, yes, those things are real. Those things are real. And I'm speaking from a space of privilege. And I understand that. An opportunity because I have the space to practice this. And so when you do it, I'm going to ask that you maybe even take one more step should you feel called. And when you find and can feel significant, let's say it's not being seen, not being recognized, and on the third time you practice that, you feel a sense of, wow, I am significant. I have a unique essence and blueprint that was divinely seeded, and you feel it and you breathe it, and it's like, it's transcendent. It's transcendent. And when that happens, you have the opportunity to beam it out to those who may not have the resources, the privilege, the tools, the faculties to do so. And you get to take that essence and that pure positive potential that you have cultivated, and you get to share it. And you can share it with someone you know and love, or you can share it with someone you don't know and love that you just feel needs it, and just imagine and breathe and know that those rays and that being and that pure essence of wholeness, worthiness, significance, recognition, knowing your unique divine potential and connection, you have the potential to help heal humanity where it wants to be healed. For humanity that wants to be healed, you are part of that evolution and revolution. Sending you all love from Belize, and thank you to all my retreaters, your life changers, your game changers, your way showers, and by far above and beyond. It's been the most incredible journey with each of you. Thank you. Thank you for holding space for me and allowing me the privilege and the honor to facilitate that space. And much love to my stepdaughter Taylor for cooking preciously uplifting, vibrant, life-infusing meals to support the space and to this beautiful country of Belize. This island of Kikulkur that we got to be on, this beautiful resort that you get to see here. That's Robert back there. He's really been a gem. You see him there. We have been able to really retreat, disconnect, and remember and reconnect with the aspects of ourselves that we hadn't been able to see until now, both the dark and the light. Sending you all love.